Psychedelics may help people reinvent themselves. Psychedelics may help people reinvent themselves. You're listening to Technical News Reading, presented by Hakeem Alibokas Alexander on Spreaker, social podcasting, presented for World Reading Club in association with Uniquilibrium. I hope you like that sneeze. This edition's reading focus comes to you from neurosciencenews.com and is titled Psychedelics May Help People Reinvent Themselves. It was published on February 24th, 2023, under the categories of neuroscience, neuroscience videos, and psychology. Summary. In addition to helping treat mental health disorders, psychedelic treatments can help people overcome addictions. A new study reports psychedelics can help smokers quit nicotine and remain smoke-free for at least 5 years. Source: University of Cincinnati. Researchers from the University of Cincinnati examined the post-treatment journals kept by participants in a 2014 smoking cessation study that found that psychedelics were effective in helping some people quit smoking for years. In a new paper published in the Kennedy Institute of Ethics journal, researchers analyzed the participants' own words and found that psychedelics combined with talk therapy often helped longtime smokers see themselves as non-smokers. This new core identity might help explain why 80% of participants were able to stop smoking for 6 months and 60% remained smoking-free after 5 years. The 2014 study by researchers at Johns Hopkins University found that participants who wanted to quit smoking and used psilocybin, the active hallucinogenic treatment in psychedelic mushrooms, combined with cognitive behavioral therapy, were far more likely to succeed than those who try other traditional quit smoking methods. Lead author and University of Cincinnati postdoctoral researcher Nessie Deveneaux said the results demonstrate the potential psychedelics have to reshape self-perceptions to help people break free of old habits or addictions in the face of life's daily triggers and temptations. We saw again and again that people had this feeling that they were done with smoking and that they were a non-smoker now, Deveneaux said. She studies the science, history, and culture of psychedelics in UC's Institute for Research in Sensing. New sense of self. Deveneaux said this new sense of self might help arm people against temptation or old triggers. If you want to give up meat, but you smell a delicious steak, it might be hard to resist, she said. But if you identify as a vegetarian and your sense of who you are is someone who does not eat meat, that identity helps encourage a different choice. During the smoking cessation study, therapists gave participants guided imagery exercises in which they were asked to envision smoking as a behavior external to their core identity. The participants documented their experience in writing. One guided imagery exercise from the study framed nicotine addiction as an external force, manipulating behavior for its own ends, like the zombie-creating fungus in HBO's popular series, The Last of Us. Like the cordyceps fungi that functionally transforms insects into zombified marionettes to serve the fungi's own reproductive purposes, smoking behavior is characterized as a form of parasitic manipulation, the study found. Albert Garcia Romeo. Is that his name, Romeo? An assistant professor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences at Johns Hopkins University said psilocybin could serve as a catalyst to help motivate and inspire people to make a change with the help of cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy asks us to tune into the thoughts and feelings that we experience in our day-to-day lives and how those relate to our behaviors, Garcia Romeo said. In turn, people often tend to build a narrative or sense of self around those cognitions and behaviors. This sets the stage for actually having the psilocybin experience, which can both provide novel insights and perspectives as well as serve as a marker of that identity shift, like a rite of passage, signifying the change, for instance, from smoker to non-smoker. Devanagh said the experiment's sample size was relatively small at just 15 participants, but the results are encouraging. I feel that I am somehow fundamentally different to yesterday, one participant wrote. I guess I feel like some sort of metamorphosis has taken place. Some participants said the treatment with psilocybin made quitting feel easy compared to past experiences. Another said the cravings for nicotine used to be unbearable, but during the dosing session, the participant was unable to even imagine craving a cigarette. This concept seems firmly cemented into my reality even today, that cravings are not something that are real, one said. Breaking free. How do psychedelics help with this transformation? Devanagh says people often get stuck in the same ruts of behavior, responding the same way to stressors or other triggers. She likens it to a downhill skier who uses the same grooved path down the mountain that they have used 1,000 times or 1,000 other times. It's not that simple, but it's a metaphor for how we talk about psychedelics, Devanagh said. Psychedelics have been compared to skiing in fresh snow, she said. The entrenched grooves of bad habits might not have as much pull on our skis, so we can lay down other paths. We're looking for ways to help people shift behaviors and overcome the inertia of their habits that are more in line with their goals and aspirations, Devanagh said. That's why psychedelics are of wider interest to researchers. About this addiction, recovery, and psychedelics research news. Author, Michael Miller. Source, University of Cincinnati. Contact Michael Miller, University of Cincinnati. Original research is under closed access and is from a paper titled Psychedelic Identity Shift, A Critical Approach to Set and Setting by Nessie Devanagh and others from the Kennedy Institute of Ethics Journal. You've been listening to Technical News Reading, presented by Hakeem Alipokas Alexander on Spreaker, social podcasting, presented for World Reading Club in association with Uniquilibrium. Neuroscience News continues now with an abstract from the paper titled Psychedelic Identity Shift, A Critical Approach to Set and Setting. While the literature on psychedelic medicine emphasizes the importance of set and setting alongside the quality of subjective drug effects for therapeutic efficacy, Few scholars have explored the therapeutic frameworks that are used alongside psychedelics in the lab or in the clinic. Based on a narrative analysis of the treatment manual and post-session experience reports from a pilot study of psilocybin-assisted treatment for tobacco smoking cessation, this article examines how therapeutic frameworks interact with the psychedelic substance in ways that can rapidly reshape participants' identity and sense of self. We identified multiple domains relating to identity shift that appear to serve as smoking cessation mechanisms during psilocybin sessions, each of which had an identifiable presence in the manualized treatment. As psychedelic medicine becomes mainstream, consensual and evidence-based approaches to psychedelic-assisted identity shift that respect patient autonomy and encourage empowerment should become areas of focus in the emergent field of psychedelic bioethics. NeuroscienceNews.com asks that you join our newsletter. Sign up to receive our recent neuroscience headlines and summaries sent to your email once a day totally free. We hate spam and only use your email to contact you about newsletters. You can cancel your subscription anytime. Neuroscience News posts science research news from labs, universities, hospitals, and news departments around the world. Science articles can cover neuroscience, psychology, AI, robotics, neurology, brain cancer, mental health, machine learning, autism, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, brain research, depression, and other topics related to cognitive sciences. You've been listening to Technical News Reading, presented by Hakeem Alipokis Alexander on Spreaker. Social podcasting, presented for World Reading Club in association with Uniquilibrium. This edition's reading focus has come to us from neurosciencenews.com. It was published under the categories of neuroscience, neuroscience videos, and psychology, and is titled Psychedelics May Help People Reinvent Themselves. It was published on February 24th, 2023. You can read this article and others like it for yourself by visiting neurosciencenews.com. That's neurosciencenews.com. neurosciencenews.com. Psychedelics may help people reinvent themselves.